And here's the latest update. We are expecting that second autopsy that had been ordered by the Madras High Court to be conducted today. Now, this had come in after there had been widespread protests outside the school where this girl had allegedly committed suicide. Now, parents of the girl as well as several protesters have been protesting outside school, asking for a second autopsy now to be conducted. The Madras High Court, of course, had stepped in yesterday and ordered a second autopsy of the student to be conducted. I'm going to try and go across to Pragadish, who has more details on this. But the latest we are getting, of course, is that the second autopsy report is expected to be out. Now, this, of course, happened after the Madras High Court had stepped in yesterday. And thereafter, we had seen angry protesters that had essentially been holding protests outside the school for a while, for quite some time. Now, violence, of course, broke out on the premises of that private school in Tamil Nadu on Sunday over the death of this class 12 girl inside the campus. Protesters vandalized the school, and thereafter we are given to understand that the Madras High Court had stepped in and asked for a second autopsy to be conducted. Now, the girl allegedly had killed herself after facing harassment at the hands of two school teachers who have since, of course, been arrested in the case. The 17-year-old girl who was studying in class 12 was found dead on the 13th of July on the hostel premises. The girl, an inmate of the third floor, was suspected to have ended her life by jumping to the ground from the top floor. Her body, of course, was spotted by a school watchman. Thereafter, there was one autopsy conducted, but the parents were unsatisfied with the reports, with the results of that autopsy. And thereafter, the Madras High Court, of course, had stepped in and asked for another autopsy to be conducted. The cause of the death, as mentioned in the first autopsy report, was multiple injuries and hemorrhage. But the situation outside the school premises turned extremely tense after hundreds of those protesters began to protest what had taken place over there.
And breaking updates coming in on the Kallakurichi death case. The Madras High Court, we are told, has ordered second autopsy of the student whose death by suicide sparked violence in Kallakurichi. We have Pragadish reporting live from Kallakurichi. Pragadish, if you could give us more details on the probe into the case. We now understand that the Madras High Court has ordered second autopsy with respect to the girl's death.
Yes, Samiksha. Right now we are standing outside the Government Medical College Hospital in Kallakurichi, where the post-mortem had taken place on the first time. And after the Madras High Court had ordered a consideration for a second autopsy based on the parents' complaint, a second one is scheduled to take place shortly. There's a lot of police deployment in the area, and we're waiting further developments on the issue.
Yes. Pragadish, if you could to what really came out of that first autopsy that was conducted of the girl's death.
Yes, Amisha. The first autopsy had confirmed that the girl had died due to the injuries triggered by the fall, but it was also sort of ascertained that there were some injuries on her body. It was also ascertained that there were some injuries on her body that were recorded even before the fall, and the parents have claimed that she was physically tortured, and they also go to a certain extent claiming that she may have also been allegedly sexually abused, which is why they want a second opinion, and they've also approached the Supreme Court regarding this, seeking a doctor of their own choice who will conduct the second post-mortem.
Yes. And Pragadish, we understand there is, of course, for obvious reasons, a lot of anger on the ground. The protests also turned violent. How is the situation as of now? Because from the visuals, it appears it's very difficult to pacify not just the family, but the people in general because of this shocking incident that has come to light.
It's a very chaotic scene here. It's definitely a lot better than what it was yesterday or the day before. Where hundreds of people had gathered at the school, and they had burned down several vehicles, at least 50 school vehicles, as well as police buses and vans. And a lot of the properties, a lot of the equipment in the school was also vandalized. They had ransacked the building completely. But right now there is a Section 144 imposed, and there's nobody allowed to visit the school. It's completely shut off. No one is allowed.
Yes.
So there is some sense of calm, but it's still not completely normal. There's a lot of police deployment all around the area. This is a very small village, a very small town, and and there's at least 200 buses of police around the place. So they are anticipating that something could go wrong.
All right.
Based on
Pragadish,
second
yes,
report,
thank you for getting us all
prepared.
those details. We'll keep coming back to you as you track all the latest on that. So the second autopsy that has been ordered by the Madras High Court, and of course a lot of anger on the ground as well with respect to this death case that has come to light.